Once upon a time, there was a couple who had no children. They hoped that one day God would take pity on their plight. Looking through the window at the back of the house, I saw a beautiful garden, full of fragrant flowers and strange vegetables. Everyone knew it was a witch and number 39's garden, so no one dared to climb the wall into the garden. One day, looking through the window at the back of the house, the wife saw a vegetable growing fresh in the vegetable patch. From then on, she craved to eat that vegetable. The craving increased, then one day, while standing by the window, the wife felt dizzy and fell to the ground. Seeing his pale wife lying there, his husband came over and asked, "Honey, what a number 39's wrong with you?" The wife replied, "Oh my God, if I don and number 39's eat a meal of spinach grown in my backyard, I and number 39's LL probably die." The husband loves his wife very much, so he thinks, why let my wife die? Just take the risk to marry her, wherever she goes. Waiting for it to get dark, the husband climbed the wall and snuck into the garden to get spinach for his wife. My wife cooks deliciously. Then the next day, my wife craved spinach even more and begged her husband to go get more. Waiting for it to get dark, the husband came in. Just as he climbed over the wall and set foot on the ground, standing right in front of him was the witch. He was frightened. She looked at him with angry eyes and said, "You are really brave. Dare to enter my garden to steal spinach. You will know my hand." The man replied, "Oh God, have mercy on me, it and number 39's only because I love my wife so much that I steal vegetables. My wife sees the tender young vegetables and craves them so much that she could die. She calmed down and said, 'You can pick spinach as you want, but on one condition: the child your wife gave birth to must be given to me to raise. I will take care of it like my own child.'" In a panic, the husband agreed to everything. When the wife gave birth, the witch came to claim the baby, named the baby Rapunzel Policious Fruticosa, then she took the baby away. Rapunzel grew up to look very cute. When Rapunzel was 12 years old, the witch locked her in a tower with no steps or doors to get in or out. Every time she wants to enter the tower, the witch must call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, I want to climb up, let down your hair." Rapunzel has long, silky hair, golden hair that looks like strands of pure gold. Every time she heard the witch and number 39's voice calling, Rapunzel took off her long hair, tied one end to a hook in the tower and let the other end down. Rapunzel and #39's long hair touched the ground. The witch swung with her hair up the tower. Many years passed. One day a prince was passing by on horseback. He heard singing coming from the tower. He stopped his horse to listen. That was Rapunzel and #39's singing. She sang to relieve her sadness. The prince found his way into the tower but could not find the door. He left, but his heart still missed the person with a good voice. And from then on, the prince went near the tower every day to listen to the song. One day, while the prince was standing behind an old tree, he saw the witch approaching the tower and calling out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel. I want to climb up, you let your hair down." Rapunzel let down her braid and the witch climbed up. The prince thought, is that the ladder to climb the tower? Let and number 39's try it once and see. The next day, waiting for it to get dark, the prince approached the tower and called out, Rapunzel, Rapunzel. I want to climb up, you let your hair down. The braid was let down, and the prince climbed up. Rapunzel had never met a man in her life, so she was very frightened. The prince happily and courteously told Rapunzel in gentle words that ever since he heard her sing, he has always longed to meet the singer. Rapunzel gradually calmed down. The prince asked her if he could live with her. She saw that he was handsome and healthy, so she was very satisfied. She put her hand in his palm and said, "I also really want to go with you. But I Don and number 39 know how to get down to the bottom of the tower. If every time I visit you, you bring me a bundle of silk, you use the silk to weave it into a rope. When the rope is finished, you will fall to the foot of the tower. I will pick you up on the horse and we will go together." The two made an appointment that he would come every evening, because the witch came during the day. The witch was completely unaware of the date between the prince and Rapunzel. One day Rapunzel asked, "Mrs. Gothel, let me ask you, why does it feel heavier to me to drag you up the tower than to drag the prince?" The witch immediately scolded, "Oh my, you are an infidel, what are you talking about? I thought I had isolated you from the outside world. I didn't and #39 expect you could even fool me." In anger, she grabbed Rapunzel and #39's hair, pulled it, and with her left hand held Rapunzel. With her right hand she held hair scissors, swept the shiny braids fell to the ground. She was still not angry. She took Rapunzel to a barren wilderness so that she had to live in a constant state of hunger and thirst. Now the witch sat in the tower, her braid tied tightly to a hook at the window, when the prince came and called Rapunzel, "Rapunzel, I want to climb up, you let your hair down." The braid was let down, and the prince climbed up. When he arrived, he did not see the loving Rapunzel, only the witch with fierce, glaring eyes. She laughed loudly at him. "Oh my, you were planning to pick up your loved one, but that bird is no longer in the nest. It can no longer sing. The cat has taken it away. As for you, your eyes will be blinded by thorns. You will never see Rapunzel. For you the image of Rapunzel is over." While stunned, the prince jumped from a high tower into a thorn bush, being blinded in both eyes by the thorns. He wandered deep in the forest, digging up tree roots and tubers of all kinds and picking wild berries to eat. As he walked, he cried and missed his lover. He went from place to place, living a wandering life like that for several years. Finally he came to that wilderness, where Rapunzel and her 2 children were living. She gave birth to a boy and a girl. He heard her calling. The boy was suspicious and kept walking towards the voice of the speaker. When he got close, Rapunzel immediately recognized him and hugged him and cried. 2 tears fell into his eyes, making his eyes bright. He could see like before. He, her and their children returned to his kingdom. They were solemnly welcomed in the general joy of everyone. From then on the 2 lived together in peace and happiness. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.